Hi again folks, how you all doing? This is a Hornby A3 Tranquil in BR Experimental Purple livery that was sent to me by Stephen. More on the colour when I get this to the bench, but Stephen asked me to look at this as he tried to replace the pinion gear and got a bit stuck, hence the reason the innards of the tender are sitting here. Well, let's get this into the shed and off to the bench. It's got no motor, so I can actually shunt this one. We'll bring in the N2 on shunting duty. This should be a quick, easy job. Okie dokie, let's get a look at this Hornby A3. So there's nothing in the tender just now, it's all in bits here. And we've got a couple of replacement pinion gears. So this should be a simple job of just fitting the new pinion gear and putting that motor back together. Nice, easy job. Yeah, I mean, this kit's called the British Railways Experimental Purple livery. I don't see that as purple. To me, that's blue. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's very nice looking, I have to say. I do like a blue locomotive, as you know, and yeah, I would say this is very nice. It's in very, very good condition. I don't see anything wrong with it, apart from the drawbar, which has got itself a bit bent. And the contacts are a bit mangled. Yeah, and it's one of those. So I'll see if I can get this bent back into shape, but you've got to be very careful with them. When they bend like that, bending them back again, they have a tendency to snap. The contacts will straighten up okay, but yeah. Other than that, I don't see anything wrong with this whatsoever. It's nice and clean. Those wheels are super free moving. So yeah, I think it'll all be fine. So, to the matter in hand, we need to fit a pinion gear onto here. So that would be the original one, that alloy one. And there's a couple of these. Now, usually the hole on one side is bigger than the other, so it should kind of just push fit on initially. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And this is one of the ones that doesn't really fit that well. That one fits better. Right, okay, we'll go with that one. And then we need a little nut with some black tack. Stick that on there. And then we can put that in the vise and push that gear on. So place this in the vise so the armature shaft is up against one jaw of the vise, and when we close that up it will hit the little nut. We'll see if that will squeeze on at that. There you go. You don't want to squeeze it all the way in, you want to leave a wee bit of a gap. There we go, there's the gear on. So, with the gear on, we'll just put this back together. The commutator is clean enough. It's nice to work on a nice clean model for a change. Righty-ho, pop that on. Clips in there. I'll put a wee bit moly grease on the spindles. One on there, one on there. Get all these other wee bits and pieces out. Get the clip in place. Pop the brushes in. It's amazing how springs always get tangled up with each other. I used to love playing with a slinky when I was a little boy, and I used to have two slinkies, and I used to race them down the stairs against each other. And they got tangled up with each other, and that was the end of the slinkies. Could not fix them, I think, and eventually got them untangled. They were all stretched. Come on. But you just got to twist them. Try and get hold of them to turn them, to unscrew them from each other. Yeah, these have got really entwined with each other. No, I'll give up with those. We'll fit some new springs. It's not a good idea to pack two loose springs closely together because they probably will get tangled up with each other. That's in there. Okay, that should go with the battery. A wee spot of oil. Some in there, some just behind the pinion. Especially seeing as it's a new pinion gear. I also put a wee bit of gear oil on it. Fine, okay. Okay. That out. Get that into, get the other wheel in. Snaps in like that. Plug that into there. And that should be that. Just get a look at this drawbar. Yeah. It may be helpful to take it off. Right, I think if we straighten out that contact a bit and then bend it inwards. I'm loath to grab it and you know really counterbend it because I've snapped them before doing that. Let's try and straighten it a bit that way. At the end of the day, so long as it accepts the tender and maintains the contact, it should be fine. Yeah, we'll try it at that. Okie dokie. Just have a very close look at this. Yeah, it's all nice and clean. Maybe give it a wee touch of oil here and there. This linkage here is very close to that rod. Just give that a wee bend. That moves really, really freely. Effortless. Okay, let's turn on the power. Only about 200 milliamps. Pop the tender body on. It's going to clip into place pretty much. Doesn't even really need a going over with a dusty brush. There we go. Yeah, for a ring field it seems like a good one. So there we go, that's this A3 sorted out with a new pinion gear. I think normally I would have just included this in the shed video, but I do like a blue locomotive, as you know, so yeah, I couldn't resist giving this a wee feature on its own. Okay then, let's pull it out of the shed. Right, so there we go, a nice quick easy repair job. I like those, especially when it's a nice clean trouble-free blue locomotive like this. I've had to replace many of these alloy pinion gears. Using the wee nut stuck to the gear is the trick to getting it squeezed on in the vise. You can heat the gear up if you like to help it a bit, but it should go on fine without heating. Just be careful to keep it straight and turn the vise very slowly. This is a very good looking model which runs very nicely for a tender drive. I believe this is one of Hornby's top link models and was R140 back in the 1990s, so this is in excellent condition for its age. Okay folks, I shall get this packed up and sent back to Stephen. Catch you later.